Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors and Winston Chester. I'm so glad you're here on this Friday morning, getting ready for a great weekend weather-wise, and it should be a great weekend in outdoor activities. Hope you and your family and friends have some really good outdoor activities planned. Let's do our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Today it's going to be hot. It's going to be 87 degrees. So it's going to be, just be aware of that now. It's going to have a little bit of a breeze, but it's going to be pretty warm weather compared to what we've been having. The low is going to be 67 and the water temperature is at 76 degrees. So it's been at 76 now for about 2 weeks. So it's leveled off at a really strong, that's really strong for this time of the year. Really good stuff there. Let's take a look at our river readings. The Apalachicola at Bluntstown, it's still reading 12 foot. It's still high, and it's been high. I rode over the other day, and it's still high. It's not out of the banks, but it's way up on the lower end. It's sort of way back up in the sloughs and all. So still a lot of water on the Apalachicola. Now, on the other hand, now the Choctawhatchee is dropping on down. It's at a 6.7. It's level off. Both rivers have leveled off, and not much going up and down on them, but it's going to be in pretty good shape. The river's not, the old timers used to use the phrase it's just not, when they're getting ready to catch fish, they said the river's getting right. That was the phrase, getting right. Well, it's not at a stage where it's getting right, but it's not too far from it, so be aware of that. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemeteries, located right here on 23rd Street. Their motto is when carrying counts. We're looking at some of probably the strongest tides of the month right here today. Some really strong tides. We've got a 2.2 foot range. We have a high tide at 12:13 p.m. and a low tide at 11:24 p.m. A really good strong tide. So look at it and get a chance to fish it, either one, incoming or outgoing, just so that tide is moving. Okay, marine forecast is going to be going southwest at 10 to 15. And it's going to be, that's a predominant wind direction this time of year in late spring, and it's looking good though. It's been cool though sometimes out of north wind, and I know y'all have enjoyed it as much as I have. Let's take a look at our fishing game times in this segment, brought to us by Mark Coward of Edgewater Beach Realty. Mark's number is 832-6000. Call him for any of your real estate needs. Time this morning, 4:14 to 6:14. And this afternoon, 4:42 to 6:42. And if you get off early from work, instead of going some other places you shouldn't be going, just go out to off the pier, off the bridge, or go fish off the shore or something, and enjoy yourself before it gets dark and you have to get back home. All right, now let's go ahead. That's going to wrap up our first segment. Let's go and take our break. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Let's get caught up with some pictures. I've sent some in all week. We've just been so busy with other things, and the show's been loaded, so we haven't got to them. So let's get some in today. We're going to start off with this good one. You might want to do this morning. I had to call in sick. My arm is in a cast. Okay, just keep that in mind. It's a good excuse. All right, next, a good picture here. Tom Gurley took this of wildflowers. We talked about it down at the Apalachicola National Forest. This is up in the Funiac Springs. Good picture there, a great view of wildflowers. All right, now let's get into some fishing pictures. My great nephew, Hunter Jordan, he's in the river swamp up there. I don't know if he's on the Calhoun side of the river or the Liberty County side of the river, but his granddad and great granddad and all fish that same area. So good job there, Hunter Jordan. All right, how about some brim out of the Sandhill Ponds? Gerald Sims and Chuck Moody caught 98 last week. And this Russell Sims sent the picture. It is really the Sandhill Ponds are getting right. Okay, that's some good mess of fish right there. I'll skip over there. That's my Jeep Cylinor switch I'm working on. Let's go to some red fishing over here in the Choctawhatchee Bay. This is 12-year-old Matthew Trawick from Santa Rosa Beach. Matthew watches the show, and Matthew, son, that is a nice red fish right there. Now, his mom got mad because he was catching all of them, so his mom had to catch one. This is Mom, Mandy. That's two nice bull reds out of Choctawhatchee Bay. Folks there from Santa Rosa Beach sending in the pictures. Appreciate that. Let's go down from Santa Rosa Beach down to Mexico Beach, and that Ling Ding tournament wrapped up. Second from left to Captain Mitch Coleman and his crew. They won it. They won that thing about 3 times now recently. They really do a good job on that cobia, catching those cobia. And they ended up catching, here it is again, that's a winning cobia they caught right there. Okay, it is, you see, here's a board right here, Florida Days Adventures. There's a 58-pounder. They caught it on the 18th of the month. The second place was a 55-pounder, and third place was a 47-pounder. Actually, Florida Days ended up getting 5th place on it also. They had first and 5th with a 24-pounder. That was only 5 fish, well, only 5 cobia weighed in. But now what happened, they actually, they caught 4 or 5 60, I talked to Mitch, right before the tournament, the weekend before the tournament opened, they caught 4 60-pounders that weekend before it opened. So, all right, now, let's go back to the fishing right here. This is Bobby Boobier catching a nice bass up there in the Sandhill Ponds, and wife Pam sending it in. Bobby's a good fisherman. What about Taylor McGuffin with a nice bass there? Good job, Taylor McGuffin. Let's go from back down to saltwater. This is Sean Pittman. Sean fishes a lot. Pompano, just fishing at the beach. Folks, you can catch fish. You can catch pompano right there off the beach. You see where it's at right there. Oh, let's skip. This is my crew. We'll skip this one. Let me go on through. We were at the history fair. I'm going to get all, hold on, Jeff. All right, let's go to, I'm going to talk about the state history fair later. I was just some family pictures we took. All right, now, let's go to Lori Davis Crowley, great-granddaughter of Captain George Davis, and she's fishing down in Costa Rica. Good job, Lori, on a nice sailfish and also nice marlin. Good trip. She lives in Ocala now. When she gets back up to Panama City, she's going to come on the show. I'll just skip these pictures, Jeff. Let me go to, hold on, I got to skip this whole segment. Hold on a minute. This is some good family stuff, but okay, here we go. Let's go. If you don't have a trolling motor, this is how you can fix your trolling motor right here. Put your drill on the top, just run your line through there and put it on the back of the boat. All right. Now let's go to nice bass by Kyle Pridgeon. This won the White City Project Graduation Tournament. He got 10 pounds. He caught his 2-pounder in the canal with 10 minutes left in the tournament and ended up winning. And good job there. And here's the first place. They ended up getting 10 pounds. Okay, some of y'all doing this right now. Procrastinating, the tendency to not start anything until you've had a cup of coffee. Some of y'all doing that right now. All right, if you want something exciting to do tomorrow, how about going up to Stiff and Ugly Boat Landing? That's right, it's Stiff and Ugly. It's any name, Estifalunga. Okay, it's south of Bristol. And they're having a brim tournament. They're going to weigh in. It's going to be from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. You weigh in the biggest 10 brim, okay? And they're going to weigh it in. Entry fee is $25. That's going to be fascinating. I wish I could go to that. I've got a retirement party to go to tomorrow, but if I didn't have it, I'd go up there and check out the brim tournament. That's got to be a lot of fun, and that's something new and different, a brim tournament. And speaking of different tournaments and all, let's go back. We got another tournament. That's a brim tournament. Now we got this red snapper tournament coming up at Sea Quarters, May 23rd and 24th. First place is $2,000. And folks, I'm going to give you some places. If you don't know how to fish that area, I will promise you that week ahead of time, I will show you some places to go red snapper fishing if you'll get a hold of me. I can tell you some places and give you some numbers to go. Also, another tournament we got coming up, and I'm going to have a guest coming on Monday, the speckled trout tournament coming up here in Bay County, the first annual speckled trout tournament. So we're going to be talking about that, okay, down to St. Andrews. All kind of stuff. So that's going to see. I got an email here from FWC, speaking of freshwater fishing. Their biologists are installing fish attractors, have installed fish attractors at Deer Point Lake. What it is, just some concrete with some limbs and all around it, and they actually put them in out near the High Point boat ramp, near the power lines, and they have a little white buoy. And we all know what these fish attractors do. It's just a great place to attract fish, and it gives them structure. Researchers have found out something that old timers have known for a long time, that fish not going to stay out there in just that open mud bottom or open sand bottom. They're going to be around structure, and so now they're adding some structure to Deer Point Lake and to make it a lot easier. But keep in mind, they have a permit to do this, and if you're going to add stuff to the water and public waterways, you have to have a permit from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Now, if you're a pond and all, you can do anything you want to in your pond, but you just can't go out there and throw the old washing machine out there in the middle of Deer Point Lake and put your little numbers on the fish. We used to do those kind of things years ago, but it's not legal to do that now because it become obstacles and all, and some people didn't throw the washing machines in deep enough water. So some good stories on that. All right, now let's take a break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. You know, we're sort of getting springtime. You're sort of getting in line with all kind of tournaments and different things going on, and all kind of fish. You know, it's funny. You're going from the little brim to the big red snapper. Got tournaments in a stifle nugget and carabel. That's in our viewing area. And also, we have redfish tournaments going on all the time at different places. And Nick's having one over at Choctawhatchee Bay, or Nick's restaurant over there. They're having one next weekend. So we definitely want to get a chance to get over there and watch it weigh in or participate if you can. Now this tournament here, this is a flathead catfish tournament. This is the results from one up there in Bristol, and it was really was a good tournament. They had a good turnout, and it was a 30-pounder that won it, and it was really exciting group of people up there. I've always have a chance to talk to some folks who saw this and saw that. Now, young man in this picture here, let me see, I'll get his name here. They was a 30-pounder, and that was Jeremy Hebb. When I was catching it up there with Glenn Flowers and all. That's a good group right there. But the flathead, I'm looking here at the schedule of the flathead tournament. It's a series. It's the biggest flathead catfish tournament in the country, and they had that one at Bristol. Okay, then the next one's going to be May 20th. Well, I got this date on this. I don't know if this date's right. It might be the 30th, 29th and 30th. At Choctawhatchee, it's going to be Choctawhatchee River up there in Caryville. So that's the second leg of it. The third leg is July 24th and 25th. The Gator Classic down at Weewall at Gaskin Park. And the fourth leg of it will be September 25th and 26th. The Curtis Anders there is going to be at the Gaskin Park Landing too. So that's one like April, May, July, and September. There's like a series there. So you can fish any of them, all of them. So you want to use live brim for bait, okay? Now also, don't forget the hunter safety course. It's coming up here in Bay County. It's actually today hunter safety is at Bozeman. May 8th from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock tonight, okay, and then the range is from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock tomorrow. And an adult has a company of 15 if you're under 16, okay. Also, the lionfish. I have a little video, but I don't have time to look at it. We'll look at it later on in the week. The lionfish tournament's coming up soon, and we're going to have a guest on talking about that. But it's a statewide lionfish eradication movement going on, and it's going to be May 16th and 17th, and they're like 16 places in Florida, 9 of them are located here in the Panhandle where they're trying to get rid of these lionfish. So be ready, be aware of that, okay? And if you want to participate in it, I've seen some recent video. It's been fascinating. This video was taken off of Pensacola, and it was just a sandy bottom, and it showed you they looked like a bunch of little rats running around on the sandy bottom. It had to have been 30 or 40 of them, and they were just picking them off one at a time. And that told me right there how many of these lionfish are around. So it's something new to all the folks and all. And also, speaking of tournaments and things going on, and I'll try to get more information. All I have right now is just a little tournament flyer right here. It's a little wrinkle up here. It's been in my notebook, but it's May 23rd, September 7th, CCA, Conservation Society Association, 108 days, and you can win a big. If you catch a star tag redfish, and they have released some, they told us they have released some in the Panhandle from Mobile all the way down to the lower end of the state, and that's going to be 108 days, $30 entry fee, but you can win a contender boat, all kind of stuff you can win. So that's some really interesting stuff there too. All right, now so let's see, that catches up all the tournaments and all going on. I look at red snapper, redfish, everything. We just finished up cobia. Got a king mackerel tournament will be coming up this summer, so I think that covers all the fish. The only one I don't see a tournament on is grouper, but everything else is covered. So it's fun to have those tournaments, fun to participate in them. All right, now let's get ready to do our Tarpon Rock Seafood drawing. Also, before we get into that, I want to invite you all to watch every Sunday morning at 6:30. Whitney Woodrick, my little granddaughter, does a casting call show with the help of her dad Walter, and they do a really good job. I'm just proud for them and proud of the success they're having, and they work really hard at it. This is, people sometimes think these outdoor TV shows are like a glamorous thing to do. I promise you, there's a lot of hard work to put a good show together, and they certainly do it. I'm real proud of them. So watch them. If you don't get it's a great way to start Sunday morning off at 6:30 here on Fox 28. I'm going to add a couple of names now for our drawing. Jelena Barnes, and Bobby Barnes. Okay, I've just added in here now, but I'm gonna get it all stirred up. Now remember, you can win. You can add, and I get people on weekly. I get people adding their name weekly on this, so you can come on board anytime. Now we're going to draw for Dropping Rock Seafood Famous Friday. I got a water them right here. That's going to not disturb me. I need one of the rolling things going. All right, now the winner of the $20 gift certificate to Dropping Rock Seafood for this week is going to be Pam Carroll of Westville. We just talked about Carrollville a while ago. Pam Carroll of Westville. Congratulations, Pam. And the winner of the Big Red Snapper. Okay, I'm going to get into that wad right there. Okay, it's going to be the Big Red Snapper. It's going to be Robert Colmetz from Ponce de Leon. Robert Colmetz. Some viewers up there in our western end of viewing area. Okay, 2 out-of-towners. We're glad y'all won. Come on here to Dropping Rock Seafood. Give me a call. I'll talk to folks down there this morning and give them your name. All right? All right, we're going to go ahead and get set up now for our Famous Friday fishing forecast. But we'll take this break and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the final segment of the Famous Friday Fishing Forecast from Dropping Rock Seafood. We're proud to bring it to you. Like I say, we'll get just reports from all over the place with social media. Just helps us do a better report. And then folks that actually call me and email me. And so it's a combination of putting this news together. Let's start down on our eastern end of viewing area down around Carabel, the Sea Quarters Marina. Some of our great sponsors down there. We're talking about a good repeat of last week's situation. The redfish bite behind Dog Island back in here continues to be strong. It's been a really good strong. I think what has happened, the Carabel River has sort of pushed them out in this situation out here. Again, these grass flats outside of Lanark Village, they're catching some big trout here. So the guides, if you're going to get a fishing trip, the guide's going to take you here for trout. They're going to take you right in here for redfish. So if you want to go with a guide, that's great. If you want to go by yourself, that's good. But the river now is getting in pretty good shape over there too. Remember, this river drains from the Tate's Hell Swamp, so it's going to be tannic colored a lot. Okay, now let's go down here to the end of St. George Island. This is State Park here. This is the area, people ask me, I had some friends, folks coming down from the watch the show from over in Fort Walton, and they're coming down to fish this area this week, and I was telling them about where to go. I'm going to try to show it to them, Okay, you're going to come across, get in East Point, come across the bridge. There's a boat ramp right here at the foot of the bridge. Take your boat and just work this backside of St. George Island here. Go down here toward Goose Island. There's some channels right in here. We've had really good luck. I've kayak fished up in here, and over the years, and been really, really fortunate to, we've had some good fishing trips. So I just worked the backside here and try to catch a moving tide. Now, the actual fishing report from the captains, is a really good white trout bite. They're catching a lot of white trout on the eastern end of Apalachicola Bay. Okay, coming on in, and I mentioned this, if you can fish this Bob Sykes Cut, it used to be public fishing here. You used to drive the Jeep down here. My father-in-law and mother-in-law used to drive a Jeep, and their brother-in-law and sister-in-law used to fish all the time and catch a lot of redfish. You can't do that now, it's blocked off. But if you come in here with a boat, come in here and pompano fish, this area right in here is going to be strong. On this backside here, if you have a boat, work this backside for some nice red fishing right in this area right in here. Okay, now that's Apalachicola Bay. Let's come on down here to down here to we always talk about St. Vincent Island and how good the oyster bar fishing is here. Be careful running that area, you know that area well. Out here Sand Island is excellent fishing out here. This cut right through here. A lot of stuff moving in here, in and out of here. All these places I'm telling you about, I fished them myself and had good luck over the long years I fished and all. Again, this is one of my favorite places of the Indian Pass boat ramp right here. You can, on an outgoing tide, great. The trout bite is still good back in here. Redfish is really good fishing up in here. These bars come out here. And also, you catch whiting. The whiting bite is really good fishing from the beach right here. You can walk out, don't have to have a permit or anything. You can walk out that way. St. Joe Bay, Blacks Island again, it's the same report. St. Joe Bay, it's still slow over in there. It still hadn't heated up really good. Okay, Mexico Beach, Mitch Coleman of Florida Days reports the water temperature at Mexico Beach is 76 to 77. The Kings are doing really good off the Carbonded Reef and the structure in 50 to 70 feet. Cobia have become scarce the last week or so, and we talked about that. Several flounder and keeper-sized trout have been caught in the canal using cut bait or fresh shrimp. Okay, again, I want to congratulate Captain Mitch Coleman for winning that tournament over there. Let's come in here to Panama City, over here to the local area right here. Okay, mixed bag. It's been a better week. The Kings and Spanish have done really well locally here. The folks are catching a lot of king mackerel. They're catching them off the piers. They're catching some of the most largest kings they've ever caught have been this year. It's been a great run on king mackerel. The Spanish are coming back a little bit. They slowed down last week. The black drum bite around the bridges. Any of these bridges, we talk about the black drum up in West Bay and all. The black drum bite has been really good from the West Bay Bridge over here. Any of the bridges you can fish or any kind of structure. Really nice pictures of black drum. Buoys, question, are the buoys holding bait? That's one of the first things people talk about when the really strong run starts, if the bait fish come in. And when the bait fish come in, they're going to come around these buoys. And reports I've gotten this week from several people, the bait fish are showing up really strong in that area there. Also, the 60, flounder. The flounder bite has been good. I wrote it down here. Flounder is coming back in the bay. Some guides have taken some clients out, some really nice flounder being caught, okay? Let's go over here. Got some good reports on South Walton beaches. The Pompano is still running over there. Hope to get over there pretty soon to fish some myself. And also Choctaw Bay, you just saw the pictures earlier of those fish, those redfish being brought in by those folks over in Santa Rosa Beach fishing at Choctaw Bay. They fish topwater, also fish some swim baits there. So it's been a decent week overall. You've seen the pictures here on the show, and overall it's been a pretty good bite. Okay, the freshwater fly fishing. I wrote down this fly fishing in May and June. It just don't get any better, especially in these ponds and lakes. So May, June fly fishing. The river's not quite right yet, but it's going to be right pretty soon. Okay, going to wrap it up. Again, thank you all for watching our show this week. We really enjoyed bringing it to you. Got a big week planned next week, so make sure you do something outdoors and have a great day. And take a friend outdoors. Do something for them, okay? Have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.